You probably heard this news over the weekend. It's now official. Gennady Golovkin will face Danny Jacobs on March 18th, 2017 at MSG. That's Madison Square Garden, New York, New York. The fight is on. Signed, sealed, and hopefully it'll be delivered. You never know until the two guys are in the ring and the first bell goes. So let me know what you think about this fight being made. Are you surprised that Danny Jacobs didn't vacate and go elsewhere? Because he could have done that. And of course, let me know what you think about the fight from a stylistic point of view, how you see it playing out. A lot of people looked at the Kell Brook Golovkin fight and said, you know what, if this little welterweight is able to hang in there the way that he was with Golovkin, land decent shots and give Golovkin something to think about for a few rounds, then somebody like Danny Jacobs, who's bigger, stronger, got a longer reach, he's taller than Kell Brook, should be able to do even better against Golovkin, possibly even beat him, some people may feel. I've maintained the same view on this fight that I've had for a long time. And that is that, yes, Danny Jacobs does have decent boxing skills. He can move. He's got a longer reach than Golovkin, I believe. He's pretty fast. He can punch. But I just feel like over the course of a 12-round bout, Golovkin's going to land his big shots at some stage. And I've never had that much faith in Danny Jacobs' chin. He's been knocked out before. He got knocked out by Dmitry Pirog several years ago, and that was a bad knockout loss. He may have improved since then. Maybe he's regressed since then. Some people have got different opinions on that. He obviously came through cancer, which was a very, very difficult thing to come back from. And it's pretty extraordinary, actually, particularly with the severity of cancer that he had, that he's been able to come back and climb the boxing ladder again. So you got to really take your hats off to him for that. But, you know, I'm sidetracking here a little bit. So, you know, some people think he's improved since then. Some people think he's regressed. Whatever the case may be, I just feel like his punch resistance is questionable. And at some stage, Golovkin has to land. And what happens then? Does he have the survival skills to get off the canvas, make whatever adjustments so he don't get caught with the same shots again and get back on his game plan and win a fight? Or will he just get consumed by the typhoon, hurricane, tornado Golovkin when he does get hurt? Does he have the ability to hurt Golovkin? Golovkin did get caught with a few shots from Kell Brook, accurate shots. And in boxing, it's not all about power. It's also about accuracy. There are some guys who hit very hard, but they struggle to land accurately against a moving target in a boxing ring. You put them on a heavy bag, they're like George Foreman and Mike Tyson combined. But you put them in front of a guy who's moving around and hitting them back, and they struggle to land those big shots. But other guys maybe have a little less power, but they're very accurate. Kell Brook, for all his faults, and every fighter has faults, Kell Brook is an accurate fighter. He's an accurate puncher. And he was able to land accurate shots. He thinks he hurt Golovkin. I don't think he hurt Golovkin. I think he might have buzzed him a couple of times a little bit, but nothing that really worried Golovkin. If anything, it angered him. Can Danny Jacobs go one step further and land shots that actually get Golovkin's respect? Nobody so far has been able to do so. Some people might say Curtis Stevens for a round or so was able to get Golovkin's respect. Some people might even say David Lemieux, but Lemieux never really hit Golovkin with anything. So I think it was a case of Golovkin playing it safe in the Lemieux fight, using his jab rather than giving Lemieux space because he'd felt power there that he was worried about. Will Danny Jacobs be the first guy to be able to get Golovkin's respect, to force him to give him respect by hitting Golovkin on the chin with something that shakes him or worries him? Golovkin appears to have a terrific chin. So it's an interesting matchup, the classic pressure fighter versus the boxer, or boxer puncher, however you want to describe Danny Jacobs' style. It's an interesting fight, and it will have to do for now because Canelo is finding every excuse under the sun to not fight Triple G. He's now talking about fighting Chavez Jr. essentially at super middleweight. It will be a catch weight, but it's going to be above 160 pounds. And you've got Canelo running around. Juan Manuel Marquez actually just mentioned this. He said, how the hell can Canelo be saying that he can't fight Golovkin at 160 because he's not a real middleweight? But now he's talking about fighting Chavez Jr. at 165 or wherever it is. Ridiculous. So whatever that is, it is what it is. Canelo's out of the equation at the moment. Eubank Jr. has also apparently moved up to fight for the IBO title at 168. So, and Billy Joe Saunders, he don't seem like he's going to be ready anytime soon. He had a poor performance in his last fight, and he says he's going to need another couple fights before facing Golovkin. So this Danny Jacobs Golovkin fight is the best fight at middleweight in the short term, I guess. It is what it is. Let me know how you feel about it, people. How do you see it playing out? How do you see Danny Jacobs doing in the fight? Do you agree with me that his punch resistance is suspect? And therefore, even if he can give Golovkin some issues for a few rounds, eventually he has to get tagged. And will he be able to survive getting tagged? Or will he just be knocked out the same way he was against Pirog? Drop your thoughts, views, comments, etc. in the comment section below. Let me know how you feel. It's Hatman, I'm out.